Alright, welcome to another session of running mechanics analysis. We're going to go ahead and start off our analysis here with a little uphill sideways baby running. Let's go and take a look at this baby. So, you see a little bit of a heel strike here right off the bat, not bad, good knee bend. That's a good little knee bend there, landing right underneath. Let's watch again. Oh, this is really coming together. Look at this. So we have mid stance here, and the baby's about to fall over, but hey, it's pulling it off. Really good bend, driving that foot straight down, no heel strike. Let's watch that again. Coming straight up, bend, coming right down again. Alright, now we're going to do a little bit of downhill baby and adult running here. Let's take a look. So, let's look at the baby here in mid stance, and lifting that foot off the ground. Really good knee bend there. Foot coming down nice and flat underneath. Let's watch the mama in the background here. So coming down, we can see the heel strike there. And where we see the baby doing a good bend, we see the mama doing a little bit of a bend and just kind of swinging through and leaving this foot on the ground a little too late behind because we're focusing on this front foot. We're heel striking some of the front. Where you see the baby coming down nice and flat and underneath. Come on, mama, get it together. Alright, let's go and start off here with this runner. We're coming down. That knee could have already been bent a little bit more. It's doing good there. It's a little far behind. Coming down, and because of that, we see a little bit of toe lift. You see that? Just a little bit of toe lift, a little bit out in front. Not bad, but a little more out in front than I'd like to see. This leg is really far back. Let's get a little bit of a reminder here what we're shooting for. So we want to see this rear knee really bending here, and we want to see that front foot coming down underneath. Let's watch the next leg. Rear knee, bend, front foot falling down. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at this runner, starting back here. So right now I can see that front foot, toes are lifting up a little bit, landing a little bit on the side of the foot. We don't want that. We see the lower leg shooting forward. This rear leg really dragging behind, coming down. This leg's just on the ground too long, and it's just really lagging behind. This runner is powering off of that rear foot, driving this knee forward, and because of that, reaching this forward some. We don't want to have this is way too many dynamic motions, kind of pushing off, lagging in the rear, leaving this leg way behind, reaching this foot out in front. What we want to see is this rear foot come up, and this front foot just drop down. As simple as that. Alright, let's do a little bit of reminder here again. So watch this runner, lifting the foot up right underneath, this foot coming down, not leaving that leg behind. Let's watch again. Foot coming right off the ground, this leg coming straight down. Versus where the other runner was leaving this leg far behind, lagging it behind, and reaching the foot forward some. Alright, let's go ahead and count how many frames it's taking the foot to come off the ground from mid-stance. We got 1, 2, 3. Awesome job. Foot's off the ground, but this leg is completely straight. It's bending, and it's barely bending there because all the focus is on this front foot. And we got this bend really far behind, creating this huge lever, really overworking the hamstring. This foot's landing nicely, but notice it's out in front of the body some, while this foot's really lagging. So we'll take a look at this runner here, this running faster. You see the foot's coming off the ground, and this foot is immediately going down as this foot comes up. This foot's not being left behind. Now this runner is running significantly faster than the other runner, but just to give it some perspective, see how much the knee is bending? It's never remaining static, meaning that this knee angle behind the knee here never stays the same, and the leg doesn't just swing forward. This knee angle is constantly bending, and this foot's coming down. When it comes down, it lands flat, much like the baby at the beginning. Alright, can she run like the baby? Let's take a look. It takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get the foot all the way off the ground. So this left leg's really taking too long. It's staying behind. It's bending okay, but it's really far behind. And you can see the underside of that foot there a little bit. So it's kind of reaching forward. So we can be a little more compact. We could bring that foot up a little more underneath. Alright, we're going to take a look at the Baba here for a little bit of comparison. So we're watching here, and she's just jogging here. Let's watch. This leg's just retracting underneath. Let me find a better. Okay, this is a little better here. We can see she's bending right away. So right there, you can see Foot comes off the ground and it retracts right up underneath. She doesn't leave that leg lagging behind at all. So let's watch again. This rear leg just comes up right underneath and this foot lands right underneath. So watch that again. Foot comes off the ground and right underneath. So a couple more frames here. We see a good bend, but see how much further back it was than we just saw Dababa's? So the foot here has it's giving this foot a little more time to reach forward. We could get our front foot back to the ground sooner, and we want our front foot back on the ground sooner because the sooner it's on the ground, the quicker we can displace and lean ahead of our grounded foot. When this foot's here and our center of mass is ahead of this foot, we can move forward. When it's out in front, we actually aren't moving forward. So we want to get to this position sooner and go forward and get this foot back off the ground and not reach forward like this here. This is good running form, but it can be better, and that's what we're working for. Alright, let's go and take a look at this runner here. Right off the bat, we can see this rear leg is completely straight. We don't want that leg to be completely straight. There's a good bend, and that foot's coming down nicely. Very good. Let's watch the next one. Leg is being left behind a little too far for the pace we're going. This leg's coming down nicely, but it's too straight. This left leg is hyperextending, it's too straight, and we're pivoting off of a completely locked knee. We're bending nicely there. This foot's coming down nicely. We're leaving this leg on the ground too long, and then we're hyperextending this leg. We have to fix that. We have to stop hyperextending this left leg when we land. Alright, let's go and take a look at our first runner here. We're in a nice mid-stance position. It takes 1, 2, 3, 4 frames to get the foot off the ground. It's not bad. Nice bend there. This looks really good actually. A little bit of control of the foot there, not bad. It looks really good. Maybe a little leverage off this rear foot. It could have been a little sooner, but it's not bad. But you do see the toes lifting just a little bit right there, controlling that foot. Not bad, but we can clean it up a little bit. Just a little bit of foot control, making this rear leg lag just a little. But this does look good. That right there is really good, retracting the leg underneath. So watch that again. If we could really just retract that leg just like that, we'd all be set. Alright, let's go and take a look at this runner. So we're in mid-stance position. It takes 1, 2, 3, 4 frames to get the foot off the ground. It's not bad. We're already starting a good knee bend there. That's a good knee bend. We're lifting those toes though. Got a little bit of a heel strike there. We want to fix that. Let's watch the next leg. It's coming off. Good bend, good bend. Again, a little bit of a heel strike. It's a micro heel strike, but it's enough to cause some damage, so we want to fix that. Alright, let's go and watch this runner here. Let's go back to mid-stance. Takes us 1, 2, 3, 4 frames to get the leg off the ground. That's not bad. Good knee bend there. Really good landing underneath. That was really good. Let's watch again. It looks like this runner is just taking a little too long to get the foot off the ground, bending, but the front foot's landing nicely. So we just clean that up just by bending the rear leg a little sooner. I do think this runner is showing really good form. It looks like this leg right here is taking a little longer than the opposite leg, so we can clean that up some. Let's watch the next runner here. And that was good. A little bit of controlling the foot there, but landing really nicely actually. This is really good. Really good bend. It looks like this runner is actually straightening this leg right here, straightening the leg, then bending. And that's also correlating to this that heel strike we just saw right there, lifting the toes up. Let's watch the next leg. That leg is coming off the ground nicely. This foot's landing nicely. It is this foot pushing, corresponding to this foot heel striking. Let's go forward. Next runner here. Go to mid stance. It's taking us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's taking us too long to get that foot off the ground because they're thinking about this front foot some, or they're trying to land flat, but they're actually landing out in front of their knee and landing slightly on the outside of the foot. So we got to focus on the rear leg more. Now we're swinging this leg through, leaving this leg on the ground a little too long. There's a bend, but it's not enough. It's kind of like he just bends it just enough. He's supernating with this foot landing on the outside, and he's just getting by with the rear leg. We need to put more cognitive focus on the rear foot coming off the ground, and less. Right now you can see how this foot's swinging low, and he's thinking about, okay, land with this foot. Okay, I've landed with the foot. Next leg, land with this foot. All the focus is on the feet. We need to focus more on this rear foot just coming up, and this leg just coming straight down, rather than these horizontal movements. Okay, here we have this runner again, mid-stance position, going a little quicker this time, so let's check out her form going at a faster speed. 1, 2, 3, 4 frames to get the foot off the ground. That's not bad. Really good knee bend here. And notice that from this frame to the next frame, the knee bend decreased significantly, and now it decreased even more. That's great. So we're seeing this foot coming down. I see this foot being controlled a little bit, but not badly. And this knee bend continues to decrease. That's excellent. That's really good. Next leg coming off the ground. Really good knee bend there. Really good timing. This foot coming straight down. That is superb. That's really good running form there. So we'll actually back it up and take a look at it again, just so you guys can get an image of this. Really retracting this rear leg, retracting the rear leg, forcing this foot down, retracting the rear leg, forcing this foot down. Looks really good. All right, let's take a look at this runner. So this runner's not heel striking that time. That's good. Really good retracting this foot. No heel strike there, landing nice and flat underneath. This looks really solid, really good. Again, really good retracting there, coming straight down. Very good. Let's watch our next runner here. Coming down nice and flat. We're kind of seeing this leg right here swing through. Good timing with this leg. Good landing here, kind of swinging through. So kind of a lazy. You see how this leg closest to us is bending minimally and then swinging. The opposite leg looks like it's pushing off a little bit and swinging through. And actually this time we saw a little bit of a heel strike there because of that. So let's get a little more proactive of lifting that foot up. So lift the foot up. All right, next runner here starts off with a little bit of a heel strike. Coming forward. Right, here we are in mid stance. You can see this leg going, he's flexing this leg, going completely straight, then bending. Let's get rid of that push. You see this leg straightening? Let's get rid of that push, then bend, and just go straight to a bend, because that's corresponding to this toe lift and a little bit of heel strike. Let's watch this one. Again, this leg is going straight. He's leveraging off this foot, then bending. Get rid of that leveraging motion, and that will get rid of this toe lift. Those two things go together. It's more work than what's needed. So here we have a minimal bend and focus on the foot. Minimal bend, focus on the foot. Let's do more of a significant bend, as we saw in that in the video with the dots on the runner. A more significant bend and forcing this foot straight down. Okay, one more video. So we're coming down nicely. There's mid stance. Let's go forward. A little bit of leverage off of that foot, but good retract, good bend. Coming down nicely. Really good. Let's watch this one. Good bend here. That foot's coming down nicely. That looks really good. Make sure we're not leveraging, pushing off this foot though. Make sure not to push off the rear foot. That'll put a lot of stress in the ball of the foot. It can lead to injury. Okay, next runner. Start off here in his big old fat shoes. So he's doing a good job. He's not pushing this time. Good bend. But he's lifting his toes some. So we're in mid stance. And right there we see a little bit of leverage off this foot, a little bit of push there. And he's lifting his toes a little bit. So we could fix that some. So what we're seeing is him pushing off this foot, leveraging off the foot, moving his arms way too actively, leveraging off this foot, then bending, then reaching. See how he's controlling his feet some? It's a good land there, it's good, but there's a lot of cognitive focus going on here. He's thinking about pushing, then bending, and then reaching. Let's simplify it. Let's focus on just bringing the foot up and letting the other foot drop down. Simplify the motion. Okay, here we go to our last runner. Coming down, a little bit of control of the foot. You can see him landing on the outside of the foot. We can still see the underside of the shoe there while his weight's coming down. That's putting a lot of stress on the outside of the foot. That's not good. Let's land the big toe down towards the inside of the foot, pronating a little bit more. He's bending his legs more than the last video, so that's good. But what he's doing is he's sneaking in this foot control. We can see that he's on the outside of this foot, toes lifted up some, and now he's going to bend his leg more. See, now the foot comes up, up, up. So he's sneaking in this foot control and then more of a bend. Again, that's too much focus for the brain. Let's focus on just bringing the foot up and letting the other foot drop down. All right, have a good day.